Let's get into REAX and see how the internet did react to the game yesterday. We're going to start off with the Spurs web, and this is a reaction of Radu Dragusin's brother. Look at his look how proud he is, literally about to cry.
Touches my heart.
This is about when Radu Dragusin came on yesterday. He actually looks a lot like him, to be fair.
Yeah, I was wondering, is this just a random guy they're saying is his brother? Spurs, or I think it was actually tweeted out by Spurs. So
right.
I think his brother also did an Instagram post saying so proud of to see my brother make his debut or something like that. So you can see that pride bursting out. What is he? Is he a shop owner? What's he doing? Is he?
Looks like he's working behind a bar. Yeah.
A gyro, but is that the Greek food?
It looks like it. Yeah.
Huh? Kebab shop. I hope he must be the owner, I'm thinking. But he looks very, very proud, and it's really lovely. I love moments like that.
Absolutely. Next up, we've got the Spurs feed saying Sonny supporting the lads that he was watching from Qatar. Obviously, Sonny played today in the South Korea's 3-1 win, getting their Asia Cup off to a really good start. And yesterday, he was looking like in his hotel room, watching the boys and supporting the boys from afar, which you don't expect anything less from Sonny, do you?
Yeah, on beIN Sports, I can see. It's funny when play for some reason, I don't know what it is, but a lot of the times these players are watching games when they're injured from home and they're watching it on dodgy streams. I don't understand why. I'm sure this is beIN Sports, like legit, but I was like, can you not afford Sky Sports? You're a Premier League footballer. It's like ridiculous.
Spurs pictures that go hard. This was when Richarlison scored yesterday.
Great pick.
Really is a great pick. Look at the faces on those Man United players not knowing what to do when the pigeon comes to play.
I love that look from Rashford. I'm not this shit again. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Out of context football. I don't know what this one's about.
It's just that was after Bentancur scored. That was Onana. It's just a funny bit.
What was he doing? YMCA.
He's lifting up weights. He's doing a workout. Mid-game. Love it.
Love it. Fuad says, missing Kulu, Son, Madasar and Basuma and still been able to look comfortable away from home. I don't think Ange has got the credit he deserves for the way he's managed to keep picking the team ticking despite all the injury suspensions and players away, principles of play. And that's the kind of what we were alluding to in what we were saying previously. So big up to Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, Fuad has got the absolute spot on. I think he's summed up perfectly there.
Craig Pankhurst showing a picture of you two at the game yesterday. Good to stand with Simo. I've never seen anyone call you Simo before, but new nickname for you, Sim. With Simo from WeAreTottenhamTV at the match. A decent result and some very good performances. Amazing to see injured players back on the pitch and to see two new lads make their debut come on you Spurs. You sat with them, did you?
I did. I stood next to him, I should say. Really great company. Really good chat throughout the game. And I have to say, the atmosphere was brilliant yesterday. The
I had it on
fans
TV,
were really, really good throughout the whole game. Really loud, never stopped singing. So it was actually a really good away day.
I heard a really good rendition of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah yesterday.
Yeah, that was really nice as well. Spurs were on top form, the fans were on top form.
As always. Uncomfy podcast conversations here from Telasso THFC.
Nope.
I've got the Ange Postecoglou cough.
The Ange Postecoglou.
Mikel Antonio versus Richarlison. 18 games for Richarlison. Many of those are sub appearances. 7 goals, 3 assists. 12 appearances for Antonio. 2 goals, 2 assists. It's a bit of an uncomfortable conversation. Maybe we should start talking about it on our podcast and start laughing at Antonio.
Who's laughing now? Same man with Wilson as well. He's got more goals and assists than Wilson as well.
Yeah, Wilson's got 7 goals, so it's matched in goals, but 1 assist for Wilson, 3 for Richarlison. So I hope they bring that up on their podcast.
They definitely should.
Spurs Express, Mickey van der Ven on Instagram. Strong performance at Old Trafford today, even though we came for more. Great feeling to be back.
Yeah, and it's so good to have him back. It was such a nice feeling having Romero and van der Ven back yesterday. It just gave us that confidence yesterday to play our football, and it made such a difference.
What was the feeling at full time in the away end yesterday? Were people like disappointed not
mixed.
to take 3 points?
No one was angry. I think everyone was like content with the point. It was like, under the circumstances, understandable, but there was definitely a twinge of disappointment that we didn't go on and get all 3 points, because we were definitely the better team.
Squawker with a nice little graph comparing Destiny Udogie and Pedro Porro, the best fullback pairing in the Premier League. We actually did a a panel show about this.
We did.
A month or so ago, and I think it's even more evidence now of how good these two guys are. They're so different in their play, and they're so equally as effective.
But what I love about his golf is like we have all bases covered.
Yeah.
Literally like one of those two are in the top percentile, one of the like most
In
top
everything.
percentile, everything, which is absolutely fantastic, except for I think aerial duels or whatever it is. But it's a great little graph, and I think especially given how young they are and how much they're improving, there could be the best for a while to come. I love them. I think they're two absolutely top-notch fullbacks.
Yeah, totally. Richarlison on Instagram with his Man of the Match award yesterday, and well deserved for Richarlison yesterday.
Oh wait, he said thanks Rodrigo Bentancur. So maybe it was Bentancur's, and he took it.
Oh no, Bentancur did get it on Sky Sports.
So Bentancur got it.
Bentancur got the Man of the Match award.
Maybe he felt he deserved it. Maybe Bentancur was saying you deserve it. Maybe that was it.
Was it like that Adebayor and Christian Eriksen thing when they give Christian Eriksen the Man of the Match award and Adebayor goes, no, I think I deserve it.
Yeah. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was that kind of moment. Big up, Richie.
Pedro Porro on X yesterday saying a hard-fought battle, unlucky not to come away with more, but we'll take the point and keep pushing. And obviously, like, we keep waxing lyrical about Pedro Porro, an absolutely top performance from him yesterday.
Yeah, brilliant. And what was great as well, having a difficult start to the game, but recovering and actually becoming one of the game's best players as well, just shows what a quality player he is.
Yeah.
And he's just so phenomenal. Some of the things he does, I'm like, just it has me in awe. Some of the passes he plays, and there was that one moment as well, he like dribbled past 3 United players and just opened up the game. And even that, we haven't seen that much of him this season, but we know he's capable of that kind of thing.
You know, it reminded me, Pedro Porro's performance yesterday reminded me a bit of Destiny Udogie at the Emirates, you know, how he got opened up a bit at the opening part of the game, but the mentality, staying strong in the game, backing your own abilities, and becoming one of the best players on the pitch by the end of it.
Yeah, 100%.
And Jali says Timo didn't know the team does a huddle before every game.
Yeah, so this is quite funny. So the team goes to a huddle, but he goes and runs off. He doesn't realise there's a huddle, and then Rodrigo calls him back. He's like, mate, we're doing a huddle. I noticed that during the game. It was quite funny. Look, he learns something new every day. So I think you see it here. Rodrigo's like, where are you going? Like, come back. He's like, oh shit. Love it. Absolutely love it.
THFC report, Bentancur shouting Timo after he assisted him, and then a nice little embrace as well.
Look at that.
Timo!
I love that. That just shows like they really welcome him to the squad, like family feel as well. You saw that welcome, Ange gave him and in training and stuff, and all the players going and welcoming him. It's a great environment to be in, and it looks like they're already taking to him. Yeah,
it's a family feel at Tottenham. On and off the pitch at the moment, and you saw Werner talking about it as well, and he was saying how the players have made him feel so at home already, involving him in everything that they do. So it's great. It's a great vibe around the place at the moment, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Lily White Rose, that has been disabled, so we'll move on to Hotspur related, saying since the start of December no player has scored more Premier League goals than Richarlison. 6 goals in his last 6 appearances is as many as he scored in 47 previous appearances, which is mad.
Absolutely crazy, but big up to him. What a unbelievable run of form he's on, and his performance level as well has been improving with that. So I can't speak highly enough of the improvement of Richarlison. I'm so happy for him. I just hope he keeps it up.
Yeah. Danny Rose sat with the Tottenham fans at Old Trafford yesterday.
Didn't see him.
Supports to Sean Walsh. You didn't see him, did you?
No, I didn't see him. I haven't seen any pictures of it, so this is an unconfirmed report. But Sean Walsh is claiming, so I'm assuming it's true, which is interesting. He doesn't have a club still. Did he retire? He didn't retire.
He hasn't retired, but he doesn't have a club.
It's been a while though, hasn't it? When was the last time he had a club? Was it Spurs?
No, Newcastle?
No, we sent him on loan there, didn't we?
I was only on loan. Where else did he
had
go?
a trial. Oh yeah, was he at Watford?
I think he was at Watford.
Yeah, it was at Watford, and then they released him, didn't he? Without playing or something.
Watford, 8 games.
And when 2022 he left?
It's mad. He went on loan. Oh, that was years ago. He went on over to Sunderland, then Newcastle, with many years in between.
That was many years, yeah. 2022?
Yeah, Watford. He left Watford in 2022.
Wow, so it's nearly coming up on 2 years without a club.
It's mad to think about that. No one in the Championship even will like try and, unless he doesn't want to go there, but...
Unless he's demanding too much money, I don't know.
Or like the MLS or somewhere like why doesn't someone take him up?
Because the longer he goes out playing, you know, the more questions are going to be asked. So it's got to be worrying. But look, interesting. He's in the Spurs away end though. That's quality. Do you reckon he was with his dad?
Probably.
That was kind of funny.
Probably with his dad and Nicky Cruz. And
I was with Nicky Cruz. I don't
were you? Ronnie Kidd. Were you Ronnie Kidd as well?
I was with Ronnie.
Cuti Romero, we did everything possible to win it. Great game for this great team. Always on this path at Spurs Official. It is a pleasure and a great pride for me to wear the captain's ribbon today.
Yeah, and it's interesting with Romero. Like, we didn't even... Like, you got... It was weird that it wasn't a surprise to see him starting, because Ange kind of said he wasn't going to play on in his pre-match press conference, and then as well, didn't it? Spurs said in their team news. So what happened was on Friday in the preview, Spurs had a team news thing on their website, and then Ange spoke on the press conference, and on the team news thing on their website it says Romero continues to be a long-term absentee in the text, and then Ange said Romero is returning to training, but this weekend's probably going to be too soon for him. And then bam, we see him in the starting 11. So do you think it's another case of Ange keeping things keeping injury news very close to his chest?
I think so, and I think we're going to see James Maddison back pretty soon as well.
I reckon so as well.
Hotspur reports saying no way. Timo Werner against Anthony. Timo Werner 1 appearance, 1 assist, no goals. Anthony 16 appearances, no goals, no assists. 1 is alone with an option to buy for 16, 17 million. 1 cost what, 75, 90 million, whatever it was?
100 million euros.
100 million euros, yeah.
Pounds. So better off getting Werner, I think, on the loan for sure.
He's already more successful on the pitch than Anthony. Spurs Express saying Ange Postecoglou on who he was looking at after the first goal tonight. Ryan Mason is in charge of attacking set pieces. He's done an outstanding job all year.
That's interesting to know.
I never knew that before before all the reaction to the game yesterday. And you got to give credit, because every attacking set piece yesterday was on the money.
Yeah, and obviously Romero hit the bar. We didn't mention that, but he hit the bar for 1 as well. I think we had 1 cleared off the line. But and it goes to, first of all, goes to Mason for how he's been developing the set pieces, hopefully this season, and also goes to Porro for his brilliant delivery.
Yeah. Chris, Spurs Logic, says that this is Bentancur in midfield yesterday. Just cleaning up everything, doing everything. I love it.
Not too far off the truth. Although I did think Højbjerg had an underrated performance.
And Skip.
Yeah, Skip was actually decent, to be fair. But yeah, Bentancur did have a lot of work to cover a lot of them, to be fair.
Yeah. Hotspur related, saying Tottenham have now scored in 33 consecutive Premier League matches, which is a new club record for their longest goal scoring streak in the top flight.
Wow.
Which is mad when you're looking at the struggles Arsenal are having in front of goal. They're struggling to score goals at the moment. We've scored in 33 consecutive games.
Yeah, and just think about how easy it is to lose a game 1-0 or draw a game 0-0 and stuff. And we just with every game we've scored a goal. Like, no one can stop us from scoring at the moment.
33, well, that backdates to Conte, Stellini,
it backdates
Mason.
To the back end of last season, yeah. But only a few games, probably. Not because how many games we had this season? 20? Okay, so what, 30? Right, 13 games then? Well, it must be. Last 13 games of last season, we scored every game. Fair enough.
So that goes across Conte, Mason, and Stellini.
Yeah. And Ange, 4 different managers.
THFC ESV2 saying Cuti stepping on the ball to bait the press and then finding a pass. Let's have a look at it.
LeBron.
God, there are a lot of comparisons with LeBron to our team this year. That was Decky, I thought, no?
I love that. I love that comparison.
Both were superb today from Zeus, Richarlison and Bentancur. Yeah, and I agree. I think those 2 were our best players on the pitch yesterday.
Yeah, 2 brilliant. And
with
look
Pedro
at that
as well.
Look at the passion. Absolutely love that. Everyone loves Rishi. Everyone's so happy for him when he scores. It's so great. It's a great picture there.
Simply Spurs saying Garnacho is going to do a dog celebration for speed if he scores. Garnacho facing Udogie. Just pissing himself.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. So before the game, Garnacho was doing this live stream of speed.
No, I didn't see that.
So I didn't see it, but there was a clip that was in the rounds, and Garnacho said, "Oh, because you know how Speed likes to bark, he likes to do. So he said, Garnacho said, "Oh, if I score on Sunday, I'll do the barking celebration." That's where these memes have come from.
Idiot Garnacho.
But I love that he pissed himself. That's pretty much what happened, to be fair.
Garnacho needs to learn to be his own man. He's trying to copy Ronaldo a bit too much, and now he's like trying to do this, like do what Speed does as well.
Exactly,
like, come on, be your own man, Garnacho. Spurs Express saying he looks good, he looks fine. Richarlison is on my mind.
I didn't realise he's got the number 10 tattooed on his thigh. Does he?
Looks like it, yeah.
Zooming in on that. But yeah, great picture. And he was able to do the pigeon dance as well. Brilliant stuff from Rishi.
And he also did a nice little bow to the fans as well yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. Just a bit of shithousery. Absolutely love it.
Hotspur Central saying, I'd argue that was Richarlison's best game in a Spurs shirt to date on the score sheet with a trademark header, but outside of that, his hold-up play, link-up and defensive play were all absolutely sublime. Long may it continue, and completely agree.
Yeah, and he does all those things, as I was saying, like winning corners and free kicks, which can be very invaluable to sustain attacks.
And Spurs Watch, Richarlison has now been directly involved in 10 Premier League goals this season, 7 goals, 3 assists.
Really halfway through.
Yeah, and people still like to shit on him.
Exactly. Look, I think it's very difficult for people to adjust when they've given an opinion on a player and like they've decided this player's shit. Like it takes a lot for them to like change their opinion on a player. Yeah. So look, he's on the path, and let's hope he continues.
Yeah, but you know, when it's people like us who've backed Richarlison the whole way through.
Exactly, we deserve our flash.
Football on TNT Sports says in just 20 games, Pedro Porro has now provided more assists, 7, in 23-24 season than any Spurs defender has ever managed in a single Premier League campaign.
Wow. So he's our best ever attacking fullback.
Yeah.
So Trippier never got 7 assists, and neither did Walker.
That's mad. It's mad that Trippier didn't.
Yeah, you would have thought, because to be fair, he only had what, 2 seasons as our real first choice right back.
But still,
yeah.
Like, didn't he get like 3 assists against Watford every season alone?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Tom Garrett says Bentancur is some player. He's so underrated in my opinion. And
big up.
I was saying to the guy I was watching the game with, like, I think Bentancur is our best midfielder at the football club. And that is some high praise, because I think all our midfielders, when you look at Sarr, Bissouma, Maddison, like Maddison I put in a different category because I see him more as like an attacking midfielder. I'm talking about just our like out and out midfielders. I think he's the best one at the club.
I agree. And we've been without him for most of the season. And now it feels like he's never been away the way he's been playing.
Billy T, Porro, Bentancur and Richarlison superb. Not going to get on Johnson's neck because he is a young guy who has to improve and hopefully will. Kulu will play their next game, in my opinion.
I know, it's a difficult one. Because against City, do you want someone like Johnson there, you know, with that pace to really stretch him?
Kulu loves against City as well.
Yeah, first of all, Kulu loves against City. So it's a decision to make. Do you want Kulu midfield? If Maddison's back, is there room for Kulu midfield? Probably not. Unless you play Kulu and Maddison and Bentancur. I don't know if you'll do that against City.
Yeah, but it's a chance to have Maddison on the bench maybe and come on and change things later on in the game.
So maybe we'll start Kulu in the centre.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because there's no need to rush them back if we've got Kulu available.
Yeah, 100%.
Axel THFC saying, if we had one of Maddison, Kulusevski or Lo Celso, we'd probably win this game comfortably, but oh well, we take the point.
Yeah,
and pretty much in line with what we were saying.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
JZR saying no Ange ball for 12 days.
Yeah, that's exactly how we're all feeling, trust me. Running a Spurs channel is exactly the doom that we're feeling.
Just being any kind of Spurs fan, you know, just clucking that's for some Ange ball.
I need that.
Tottenham tweeted out this yesterday, Rodrigo with heart emojis. Just love this guy, man.
Love it. The passion. And
the way that Juventus just let him go is just unbelievable for the quality of player he is.
He is so much better now than he was at Juve, though. He's like a lot better. He was a good player at Juve, but now he's become an exceptional player.
Lily White Rose says, so that's City, United and Arsenal away all played and we're undefeated.
Yeah, I think that, and that's a good point. And to do that with, you know, in his first 6 months, you know, credit to him.
Yeah.
I think for sure.
This is a great one. Ron saying, Udogie taking out Garnacho for a walk.
Absolutely brilliant. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that.
Harry Brooks saying Spurs were far better than United with Son, Maddison, Kulu, Bissouma, Sarr all out. Lack of balance in midfield and forward line and still far better and still surgery to the squad required rest of this window and summer one. Next season Spurs are going to be incredible and I couldn't agree more.
Big up Harry. I think he's absolutely spot on. I think our performances with the depleted squad have gone to show like how good we're going to be when we have when Ange has nearly got his squad together, but when we have the depth required, when we've got our first 11 back, I think it's just evidence of that.
TNT Sports saying Richarlison has scored more Premier League goals than any Arsenal player this season. Where's Starboy Saka? Where's Starboy Martinelli? Where's Gabriel Jesus, who you all claim is much better than Richarlison?
Exactly.
He's
back in their place.
He scored like more than double than Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus together.
Literally. I think they've got they've barely scored anything this season. So they all clowned on him, but look who's laughing
Exactly. Now. Crawling back with your tails between your legs, you gooners.
There's a reason why Brazil's time at number 9.
Yeah, exactly. Spurs Express saying Udogie has undoubtedly shown today why he's considered one of the best young fullback prospects in the world. Tenaciously ran for 90 minutes to attack win duels and supporting the midfield while being seamlessly defensively. This is this Destiny Udogie appreciation post, and Garnacho was completely anonymous yesterday because of it.
Exactly, and we appreciate.
Rad Chohan saying Kulusevski, Son, Madison, Bissouma, Sarr out and still looking like the inferior team overall at home to Spurs. Bad result performance for Man United in that context for sure. Still unsure what the coach is trying to achieve in possession. Mainu dealing with balls in difficult situations. Isolation reminded me of Lavia at Southampton last season. It's a technical baller amongst poor build-up structure. Would you agree with that in terms of Man United?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think as well, it was more evidence yesterday, wasn't it, of what we've been talking about, where Ten Hag's constantly using excuses, isn't he, about not being able to play the football he wants to because of a lack of options. And yet Ange is having all these players out, and yet we're still able to play some really, really beautiful football.
And look at this. This is the pass I was talking about in the player ratings, I think it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, look at the Cuti Romero pass that created the second goal. Just look at this pass.
Cuts out the whole midfield and sets us up in the attack, and ultimately get a second goal from it. That's like a top midfielder's pass.
Yeah.
The way the weight of the pass as well.
Insane. Lies Bouzidi saying Ange came to Old Trafford with a midfield three of Skip, Højbjerg and Bentancur and controlled the game. Injuries, impact quality, not identity.
Damn right. I think that's absolutely spot on from him, and I think that's why Ange deserves a lot of praise.
And last but not least is the Spurs army just confirming what Mickey van de Ven said yesterday, because we were all fearing the worst.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that,
when he did go off, but he just confirmed after the game it was just cramp, so shouldn't be a problem to see him at Man City in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, and we saw him limping. Yeah, you did fear the worst, because I was like, oh God, he was touching his hammy as well. I was like, oh my God, no way has he done it again. But thankfully, it is just cramped.
Yeah, and also just to confirm as well, Pape Matar was an unused sub for Senegal today in their 3-0 win in the AFCON. So yeah, I think that brings an end